So just a reminder of where we're at on the Scratch, on this holiday card project. I had to import my own sprite or create my own sprite. And then I have a holiday banner going across the top. It says Happy Holidays, and changing my background based on whatever response I type in. So the last bit that I'm going to add to this is I want to make it so that Buddy the Elf can move here. And to do that, I'm actually going to open another tab, which I've already done. And I'm going to go into my architecture project. And I'm going to steal code out of here that I had used from my last one. So I'm going to drop this into my backpack, the left arrow one, and then the right arrow one. And by putting that in my backpack, now whenever I come into here, I'm going to reload this page. And when I open my backpack, you'll see that I have the two pieces of script in here, and I can pull them up and dump them. Right in here. Last time we had discussed possibly building code. I've more or less decided we're not going to build the code as far as making that happen. So now whenever I hold down the left arrow key, he moves left, and I hold down the right, he moves right. Yes, ma'am. So now that we've created where Buddy can move left and right, I want to add another aspect to the game. So I'm going to create a new sprite. This will be my third one. And I'm obviously going to want to size that down a little bit. So I can go to size and make it smaller. I'll make it 20. So then now I have this snowflake. And what I'm going to want the snowflake to do is I want it to fall. And I want to be able to move him around to basically try to catch the snowflake. So if I go back into my architecture day 3, you'll remember that we had this set up so that whenever I would receive a message from the backdrop, in this case it's dome, because that's whatever one I had clicked, then it would show the dome, and it would change Y by -10 until it was touching the color black, and then stamp and leave an impression, and then it would go to a random position. So I'm gonna alter this code a little bit. So I'm gonna drag it into my backpack as well. And then now I'm gonna have to reload this to get it back, my backpack back up. So click on Snowflake, and I'm going to put this new piece of script in. So that my snowflake falls to the ground. Now, this is only supposed to happen whenever I receive the message dome, which isn't a message for this program. So we're going to change this message to snowflake. And then I'm going to click on my stage. And I'm going to add a new piece of code. It says when the green flag is clicked, I'm actually going to wait about 10 seconds because we have a lot going on at the beginning of the card. Wait 10 seconds and then broadcast snowflake and wait. So now when I click on the green flag, you have a lot of different things happen. Hi, I'm Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? Make that blue. And now you can see my snowflake reappeared and fell. So we're going to make some changes to our snowflake now. We're going to have it change y by -10, so it's going to fall. I'm going to repeat until this is touching the color. I'm going to click on his face to make it that the color it has to touch. So it's going to fall until it touches that. And then instead of having it stamp, I'm going to remove that portion of the code. I'm going to have it hide itself. After it touches his face. So then now my goal is, you see that time when the snowflake fell, whenever it touched his leg, it made it so that it disappeared. This one didn't touch him at all, so it stayed down here in the lower left-hand corner. You can barely see it, it fell the whole way off the screen. So I'm going to put a repeat loop in, back into my background, because I want it to broadcast this snowflake and wait. But I want it to happen more than one time. So I'm actually going to repeat this loop 10 different times. So the 10 different snowflakes are going to fall within this period. I have some kind of problem with my loop. Yeah, so I have it falling now until it touches the color black, and then it's hiding. So I have it repeat until it touches the color black. I think I only want to have it hide whenever it touches his leg or whenever it touches his body anywhere on him. So let's put an operator in for that. So we'll drop in if then and. And we'll make it so if it touches and Buddy the Elf, then it hides it. So that should fix our problem where they're disappearing. And lastly, we'll drop a stamp in so that it leaves it. Unless it's touching him. So the only time it's going to stop in midair is going to be where it touches it. Otherwise, it's going to fall all the way down till it hits the bottom. So now my game is to be able to stop the snowflakes before they touch the bottom. And I'm going to put some instructions in order to inform people what the goal is. So I'm going to go back to him. I'm going to put a wait code in. We already had him saying something. I'm going to wait for I'm going to change this wait to 4 seconds. You can say that for 2 seconds. And say move me left and right using the arrow keys to stop the snowflakes from hitting the ground. And you'll notice I just clicked erase all because I wanted all those snowflakes to disappear. So that whenever you click the green flag to start the game over, that it's going to actually start the whole thing over and not have so much left on there. So that's the last thing that I want to add to this. I go back to the snowflake. I'm going to do erase all whenever the green flag is clicked. Now the snowflakes do move kind of quickly. The most I've gotten so far is 4. Doesn't mean I'm like the greatest at it or anything. When I click stop and click the green flag again, all those snowflakes disappeared. So the game basically restarts in a new loop. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Tomorrow we'll kind of do some cleanup of the code just to make the ones on the bottom disappear. See if we can find a way to do that. But other than that, that's really all you need for the Christmas card or for the holiday card. So I'm going to officially start your project today, which means that you have to create the holiday card with the exceptions I put in. So make sure that you're checking on our classroom page to find the rules for the card. I believe I parked it. Yeah, they're under holiday card requirements. So must have a sensing, question, and respond based on the response, which is the beginning part where we changed backgrounds. It has to have a sprite that you created or upload. If you upload the sprite, it has to be edited so that the background is removed. It has to be interactive. The user has to make things happen in the card. It does not have to be as much as is necessarily in mine. You will notice that this direction says it must be different than the one that I created in the example. I do not want to see the same exact card that I've created. I want you guys to use what you've learned so far to create something of your own. And you have to have created a block of your own, meaning that it can't be exactly the same as one of the blocks I created. It's fine if your project doesn't work perfectly, but I want you to come up with stuff on your own. I want you to come up with your own idea for some type of game or just something that makes the card interactive so that you can show your family and friends this at holiday parties if you have them, or you can send this to the link to a family member who you might not be seeing because of COVID. Just to give them an idea of what you've learned so far. All right, well, that is it for today. Feel free to come and ask me any questions. I'm going to be on here every day, despite that I'm making this card due the last day before Christmas break. So you have plenty of time to work on it. We're not going to have any new code being put in. I'm not going to have any new videos for you to watch, other than I might add some different ideas so that you could put those into your card or something like it. But overall, I want this to be your project. So, all right, well, that's all I have. I'll be putting up the rules for this project back into a new assignment for you, and I'll give you a due date for that. Have a good day.